Hey everyone, welcome back. Swing Wing Sing here today with update number 4, and hopefully this is going to be the last update on the 1/32 scale special hobby Hawker Tempest. So as you can see here, the silver has been painted up on the top and the underside of the Tempest. Now this silver is basically a spray can, and that's the spray can that I use for painting the silver. Technically it's not silver, it's number 480 chrome, and that's the one that I use. It gives a very shiny finish, as you can see here. It's almost like a very reflective shine. The other thing I did was also weathered the undercarriage gear base, as you can see here. So the undercarriage gear base have been weathered with some brown wash in there, and I've also painted up the drop tanks. So here you can see the Tempest drop tanks, very nice shiny finish on them. I have also painted up the rocket rails. So there are 8 of these, but I'm not going to fix all of them because I'll be using the drop tank configuration. So there'll be only 2 rockets on each side and 2 drop tanks. So all of them have been painted up like so. I've also painted up all the rockets, as you can see here. So the rockets are also painted up. This is simply a spray can of black followed by some masking, and then I painted the green warheads. This is Fevicryl sap green color on it. And lastly, of course, I painted up the undercarriage gear bay doors. So these are painted up, and I've also weathered them, painted in the same color as the gear bays. So that's done. The weathering on this one looks to be a little too stark, so I'll clean it up before I finally fix it. The thing I am faced with, or the challenge that I'm faced with currently, is if you look at the instructions here, this is the Indian Air Force version, and it shows these black bands on the wings. Of course, these are the walkways, and there is a band here as well. Now these black bands, basically they show that the edge of this band basically travels over some part of the roundel marking here. Now I'm faced with a challenge, and that is, should I just go ahead and paint the black, mask off the wing section and paint the black on the left and the right wings, and then of course paint the fuselage stripe as well with this space in between. Now the challenge I'm faced with is, should I do that, or I should place the decal first, wait for it to dry, and then mask it off, and then paint the black bands. Although the second process, I think will be a more viable process to give it that realistic look. But that's the challenge that I am facing right now. Now, I'm not sure of the accuracy of this paint scheme, but I'm just going ahead with what's available in the instructions. So, I'm not debating whether this paint scheme is correct or not. So I'm going to go ahead with the scheme that is given here in the special hobby instructions. Now, the walkway, I had thought that they would probably have included some decal for the walkway, but that's not the case. So this again will have to be painted black. So I'm currently at the stage where I am, debating in my mind between whether I should place the roundel first and then paint over it after masking, or just paint the black parts first and then paste the roundel on top, and then come in with maybe a Sharpie or something to cover up that portion of the roundel that is painted up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. I am almost done with the entire painting and weathering and decaling of this Hawker Tempest Mk.II of the Indian Air Force, and you can see it's all painted up. Looks nice. The gun port and the gun assembly has also come out looking nice. I put a little bit of weathering just to show some oil leaks and streaks out here. Compared to the rest of the aircraft, I wanted to show this part as something that has been worked upon more, and so it's a little more grimy than the rest of the aircraft. I've kept the most of the paint on the aircraft very clean, shiny silver, though the shine of the paint has worn down a little bit after I sprayed a coat of Future on it, but then Future has also helped in blending off the entire finish of the paint, and it's looking pretty nice. The canopy has also been fitted. I had polished up the canopy and fitted it here, so crystal clear canopy, as you can see. The underside is also all done up. The decals came out nice, and the roundel also. But here's where I faced the first challenge, and that is the roundels that came with the kit. I don't know why, but the underside roundels, they crumbled when I placed them in warm water. So I had to resort to my Bright Spark decals for the underside roundels, and surprisingly the rest of the roundels on the wings and here on the fuselage have come out pretty nice. Even the fin flash, as you can see, it's come out pretty nice. There was no problem, no issue in these decals. Of course, this the right wing roundel had a little bit of paint chip here. In fact, it did come off, and so I came in with my paint again and repainted this part. But these roundels came out good, but there was an issue with the underside roundels. Now, the only thing I'm left with is placing the undercarriage and the weapons. So I was trying to fix the drop tanks, and you can see this is the drop tank and the hardpoint assembly. But the issue I'm facing here is that if I align it out here, it seems as if there is more material out here on top of the drop tank, and I believe this will have to be sanded, because these smaller divots, they're supposed to go inside these holes here so that the drop tank fits, but they're kind of more inwards, so I'll have to do some sanding of the hard point here. So I haven't yet fixed it. It's just aligned very gently on here. So I'll take it off and I'll start sanding it. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, here we are with the 1/32 Special Hobby Tempest Mk.II high-tech kit, all done and dusted. What you see on your screen is the box of the Tempest, but let me bring a close-up and show you the goodies. And there we are. Look at that. The beast in all its glory. 1/32 Hawker Tempest Mk.II in the Indian Air Force scheme. If I should give you an idea of the size, that's my hand, and it's much bigger than my hand. So 32nd scale. As you can see, I've shown the gun port open with all that weathering around there in the gun port because I wanted to show it as if the guns have been worked upon. There, that's the cockpit, and let me turn the light on here. You can see the cockpit. Let me bring it close up. It's also got the gyro gun sight assembled here. It's got the 10 million switches, which is all photo etch. It's got the photo etch seat belts as well. There's the control column right there. The propeller coming down here to the exhaust. Lots of stenciling, as you can see. DTD 1003 100 octane 28 cals. Cammon gas plug is what I can read. So very nice stencils as well. That's the roundel. Moving on to the decals, HA557 with the O and the Indian Air Force roundels. More stenciling here near the cockpit, so you can see the first aid, and you can see some markings here. OIC X/X capacity oil, 18 cals, or is it gallons? 18 gallons. Airspace 2 gallons. Nice. There's one more over here. Fuel DTD 1003 100 octane 28 gallons. Those are the oxygen cylinders inside the cockpit. Of course, most of the parts that I have currently assembled here are on blue tacks, because these parts will ultimately have to be removed before the model is shipped. So let me give you a view of the underside as well. Alright, here's the underside. The rockets, the drop tank have been assembled. We've got the landing lights out here, rockets and drop tanks. The stenciling has come out nice. That's the undercarriage assembly, the gear bay doors. Again, this stuff is held together with blue tack at this moment, because ultimately it'll have to be removed before I ship it. And then we've got some more clear parts out here, clear parts at the back here, clear part out here, and so all in all, great experience working with this 1/32 scale kit. I know I'm not going to do another one anytime soon, because probably I felt that 1/32 really isn't my scale to work with. This took me almost a year to complete, more than a year in fact. I ended up losing mojo thrice during the build, but finally I got it done. So thank you for watching this entire installment. I hope you enjoyed watching these videos. I will see you again in the next videos, which will be coming up shortly. Probably much smaller builds than this one, but this is the biggest of my career, and you can see that it's really come out nice.